Hey, friends. I just wanted to jump on today and talk about something I've been seeing a lot. And I want to talk to the version of yourself that's sitting at your desk at 6:30 at night, staring at a list that somehow seems longer than it was this morning. You've got post-it notes all over your desk and you've been working all day, but nothing feels to get done. You're answering messages, hoping that something you'll get knocked off your to-do list, but actually you just been hopping from one fire to the next. And you're juggling answering teams questions, client questions, and not to mention all this new tax law stuff that you're trying to learn and trying to understand, and you're just trying to do it all by silently wondering why you're still behind. And I just want to say, I see you and you're not broken. For those of you that are new to this group, I am Leslie Leondis, and I help other accountants, bookkeepers, and tax pros actually go from under overwhelmed to an actual leader in their business. And the reason why this subject is so important is because I've heard it from my coaching clients. I've heard it from thousands in the industry. Because here's the truth that most of you will not say out loud. You've outgrown the way you've run your firm. You've outgrown it. Or some of you've bought other firms that didn't have systems in them to start with. And you've built something real, a real client list, a team, and responsibilities, but the structure behind it hasn't caught up. Many of you are still doing stuff like it was done 15 years ago. Many of you are still doing manual payroll reports. You're still doing a lot of stuff manually. And you're like, but Leslie, my pricing can't sustain that. Yeah, that's a conversation too. But most of you are still managing everything in your head. And I know this because I talk to you every single day. You're still saying yes to every request, even when you don't have the bandwidth. You can't say no. And you're still carrying the mental load of 14 people and doing the work of six. You're like juggling all the things. So this isn't about laziness and it's not about discipline. It's about the absence of a system. Because without one, chaos will win every single time. And as I'm going, if you'll comment below, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, what are some of the things that you feel like you're juggling all the time, whether it's answering emails or answering team questions or just flat out like, I don't even know what to do today. Because yeah, I see you because I've been where you're at, where I would literally go to work and I'd be like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do today. I have this list of about 5 things, and right now, none of those seem important because I have all this other stuff that has now come up, and my team doesn't know what they're doing on certain things. So I have to go help them because now they're stuck. And so I'm stuck, and we're all stuck. And it's not because you're not capable, it's because you've never been shown how to manage your business, manage the business of your business. Because most of you came from a corporate setting where you had other people that did a lot of the other things. A lot of you never had to do marketing. You didn't have to do sales. You didn't even have to do the own accounting. You basically were giving a client list and said, here, go do that. And you did. But you didn't like the way that was working. So you started your own business. But most of you were trained to do the work and not lead it. No one taught you how to see everything clearly. And I was reading a book today by Dave Ramsey, and he talked about a a golf course, and I don't golf, so bear with me, but that it was so foggy that the caddy said, just hit the ball towards that way, and then hopefully we can find your ball. And so it took them forever to finish the course because they were constantly looking for their ball because they didn't know where it landed. But then he went to a different course that had like the LED lights that said, shoot the ball this way. And so they can at least see the direction that they're going. And that's what I want for you today is to understand how a system can be that guiding light for you if you let it. Because no one taught us how to see everything clearly. So sometimes we need those LED lights. And we need to be able to prioritize what matters, because I've been talking a lot about personalities and how we work, and we just want to get some stuff done, and we have trouble prioritizing, and we're going to procrastinate what we don't know, but it might actually be the biggest value to the business. Think about that. What are you doing because it's easy, but it's actually providing no value? And it's because you don't want to think about it. You don't know what all you need to do. You don't know what tax returns are still needing to be done. You don't know where they are with the tax returns. For those of you that have a team, are they missing information? Have they gotten all the information? Where are we at with those? You can't see it. And you don't want to ask, because then you feel like you're micromanaging. And then some of you are so deep in tax and bookkeeping work that you can't even see straight. And while the prepping is still going on, you can't see that there are 100 returns ahead of you. And so all you're doing is getting deeper and deeper in it, when they could actually be, you could actually have them working on something else. And then I know a lot of you, because I hear this a lot, you wake up at 3 a.m. wondering what you forgot, or remembering that you forgot something. And then you can't go back to sleep because you're like, hey, I don't want to forget that. I don't want to forget that. So then that's constantly running on repeat in your mind. So you just keep reacting and surviving and wondering why nothing changes. So I see you, I get it. And then it's July, the end of July, and it's like, I want to go on vacation, but I can't not check my email. I can't not do this stuff. And for some of you, can't even leave the country. That's how you actually unplug, is you go out of the country because you're actually scared of people getting your information. So then you don't, but you can't do that on a regular basis. What's wrong with this picture? So here's the shift I want from you, or want for you. There is a shift from chaos to clarity. And for some of you, you've gone through this, you know it. From mental overload to actual mental margin. And what I mean by mental overload, when you try to keep everything in your head from all the tasks you're having to do, and some of you have thousands of clients, and you're trying to keep it all up there, and then there's no room left. You can't actually, you have no mental bandwidth to give. And some of you are going from babysitting your team to actually trusting your system. But many of you won't even trust a system. That shift starts with one small decision. And that one small decision for me was to stop it holding everything in my head. I had to make that decision, not only for me, but also for my team. I had to get them to stop holding information in their head, because they were doing the same thing I was doing, because I would teach one how to do it. So then they knew how to do it. So then they would do it, and they knew how to do it. But then they would have to turn on and teach someone else. But see, that's the power of systems. The system should be training. And for many of you, this is a foreign concept. So just hang on with me for a minute. So in our task management system, we have the task, this month-end client for ABC client. In that, we have a checklist that says this is everything that you need to do. And then we have a Google Doc that says this is how to do it. And that became my trainer. That also became the job description, because whenever I would see team over capacity, I'm like, hey, we need to move some stuff off of this person and it can go to somebody else, but I need to see what we need to move off. So we would make a tag, move off. And yes, they knew that they were still responsible for it, but it also, I could run a report that says all these tags are stuff they need to move off. Do we need to move them off? And I could see this is who currently has those tasks, who doesn't. Many of you do not have this. So you're hiring on a whim of who you think you need to hire and what tasks they are. Many of you are thinking, I need to hire a high level person, when really it's an admin, but you can't hire an admin because there's so many tasks, you don't even know what the tasks are because you really haven't thought about it. And this is exactly why I created the task management planner, to help you understand that it's not just about tax, it's a task. It's about creating a foundation so you can breathe again. And it's the same process we use to eliminate over $100,000 in scope creep in 1 year. And that's what I could track. Stop the constant. Where are we at with this? I don't even have to ask now. I go into ClickUp, it shows where they're at. And to be able to take unplugged vacations or actually business development time without the business falling apart. Imagine that. And we slayed this first step out for you completely free. So if you want that task management planner, drop planner below and we will get that to you. And it's in a video series that is easily digestible, because honestly, what holds most people back in doing this is this right here. My team won't do it. I can't do it. I've tried every system. They don't work. But I want to talk a little bit about systems, because I've been through 6. I probably could have been gone through more if I wasn't clear. The planner I'm giving you right now was what I had to get clear on. So there's systems like TaxDome that's really great for getting client information and automating a lot of things. From what I understand from TaxDome, on TaxDome, is their task management piece isn't quite there yet. So in a task management system, you should be able to see what every person is planning to do every single day. So I look at my week. This is what I'm going to do today. What is the biggest value for my business? My team looks at it. Hey, I need to do these bank feeds. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. And they just work through it. No more hearing, what do you need me to do now? What do you need me to do now? Or if they have a question, it's on the task. So I don't, no more messages of like, what are you even talking about? I see the task. I see where they're stuck. That's what a system should do. And I don't care what people use as long as it works like that, where it is the brain of the business. So ClickUp is our brain. It tells us what to do each and every day. It tells us what we need to do next week. So I would come up with these great ideas of things that we needed to implement. And I don't remember what all systems I put them in. I think Excel, Word, OneNote, all the systems. And I would lose them. I would lose all the ideas, or I would lose the implementation piece because I didn't have a task. Now I have a task. So, like this task management planner that I built, I've had a task for it for months as we were building it out, because there's so many different pieces. So the thing with task management, it has to capture, in my opinion, all the things. Because if you only are capturing your client's pieces and that's it, you have a problem. What about your pieces? What about your admin? What about your own books? Many of you forget that you haven't done your books in months because there's nothing telling you to do them, because they're not screaming at you where your clients are. So I want you to think about this. What is one thing you wish you could get off your plate? And I've just lost my Facebook somewhere. I want you to think about